Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. JJ Redick reveals why Cam Reddish hasn't returned to Lakers yet. The Los Angeles Lakers believed they had acquired their center of the future in dealing away Dalton Knecht, Cam Reddish and draft picks to the Charlotte Hornets for Mark Williams. However, after a failed physical revealed issues the Lakers weren't willing to overlook, the trade was ultimately rescinded, meaning Knecht and Reddish would remain with the team. This could make for an awkward situation as returning to a team that traded you away is a bit weird. Knecht is already back in purple and gold, suiting up and contributing 10 points off the bench in the Lakers' loss to the Utah Jazz on Wednesday night, but Reddish has been conspicuously absent due to personal reasons. He was away from the team before the trade went down and has not yet returned. This is for a good reason, however, as head coach JJ Redick revealed that Reddish is with his family after welcoming a daughter into the world. Cam is still with his family, he welcomed his baby daughter last week, Redick said prior to the Lakers' victory on Monday night over the Jazz. Obviously want to give him time with his family. With the All-Star break approaching and the awkwardness of the situation as a whole, it makes complete sense for the Lakers to allow Reddish to remain with his family at this time. Bringing in a child is very special, and staying with family is important in these moments. The Lakers were already getting some time off with All-Star weekend, so it isn't a big deal for Reddish to be away, especially considering that the team had just traded him away. Perhaps spending some time with his family and newborn will allow for Reddish to reset mentally upon this rare situation in which he must return to the Lakers thanks to Williams' failed physical ruining the deal. Following the All-Star break, Reddish will be able to get some practice time and reacclimate himself with the Lakers, hopefully making an awkward situation more manageable for everyone. Dalton Knecht discusses crazy week and return to Lakers following failed trade. While Cam Reddish remained with his family, the other player involved in that trade has already returned to the Lakers as Dalton Knecht was in uniform Wednesday night after a wild week. Knecht outlined all he went through, from learning about the trade and flying to Charlotte, to preparing for what he thought would be his debut game with his new team and finding out he was headed back to LA. Knecht ultimately just wants to be able to play basketball and made that clear to JJ Redick and the rest of the Lakers upon his return. Walker Kessler may have had his best performance of the season against the Lakers. The Lakers have long coveted Walker Kessler, trying unsuccessfully to acquire him on multiple occasions. After Wednesday night's outing at the Delta Center, Los Angeles probably regretted not meeting the Jazz's steep asking price for the young center. Kessler was outstanding in Utah's 131-119 win over the Lakers, scoring 18 points with 8 rebounds, 2 steals, and a season-high 6 blocks. According to StatMuse, his performance made him the first NBA player this season to record 5 or more blocks without missing a single field goal. The craziest part about Walker defensively is he can still be so much better, Jazz coach Will Hardy said after the game. I've talked with Walker about the difference between being a great defensive player and being a great shot blocker. I think all signs are that he is really trying to be a high-level defensive player all around. 5 of Kessler's blocks came in the first half alone, where the Lakers scored a paltry 16 points in the paint. He even swatted new Lakers superstar Luka Doncic on 2 different occasions, once on a floating layup, and another at the perimeter on a 29-foot three-point attempt. Los Angeles attempted just 20% of its shots at the rim against the Jazz, a far cry from the team's season average of 32% per game. Kessler's presence alone forced the Lakers into considerable offensive discomfort, and when factoring in Utah's effective zone defense, LeBron James and company were often left bewildered. His activity around the basket, his ability to make plays at the basket that inspire his teammates and get our crowd going, those are big plays, Hardy said. A lot of times relying on Walker at the rim means there's probably been a mess that's been made, and he's there to clean up those messes. He does a really good job. I'm on him constantly because I think that he can be such a high-level defensive player, and I think that he's shown the signs to go that way, Hardy continued. 6 blocks is obviously a big number, but I'm always interested when I go back and watch the film and see the shots that he alters and shots that they don't take. Against Kessler, guys driving don't even look at the rim because they see Walker coming. On the offensive end, Kessler exploited the Lakers' lack of an effective post defender by getting free for 8 dunks, never even having the opportunity to miss a shot. Of the collective 26 assists between Jordan Clarkson, Isaiah Collier, and Keontae George Wednesday night, 7 resulted in Kessler baskets, with 6 coming on alley-oops and lobs. Kessler's third NBA campaign has been his best by far. Bouncing back from last year's sophomore slump, the Auburn product is posting career bests in points, 11.3, rebounds, 11.8, offensive rebounds, 4.5, while tying his personal high for blocks, 2.4, and shooting 71.8% from the field. Given how many teams the Jazz reportedly rebuffed in trade talks for Kessler, Utah clearly pictures the elite rim protector as part of its long-term plans. Wednesday's showing against the Lakers offered a glimpse of just how high his ceiling truly is. Such a ceiling could include something the Jazz have only seen 3 times since 2008, a triple-double. Both Andrei Kirilenko and Mark Eaton, 6 times, accomplished the feat for Utah with 10 blocks, and Kessler did it twice during his sophomore season in college. With 5 first-half rejections against the Lakers on Wednesday, perhaps Kessler swats his way into double figures eventually, if opponents dare challenge him down low. A triple-double would be awesome, Kessler said with a laugh. I'm not really searching for it, but if it happens, it happens. I know I say this all the time, so I'm sure you'll get tired of it, but I think I play my best when I'm just trying to have fun and win, and compete. NBA rumors, Lakers-Knicks trade that never was, Kings sign number 1 pick. Paul George's excuse: the past few weeks in the NBA have been filled to the brim with chaos, injuries, blockbuster trades, and unexpected roster moves have left fans on edge. With the playoff race heating up, every team is looking for an edge. Let's break down 3 of the biggest storylines from around the league. Lakers-Knicks trade that almost happened. The Los Angeles Lakers and New York Knicks entered the trade deadline with 2 very different goals. New York wanted to bolster its bench depth, while LA sought a reliable big man to solidify its frontcourt. Surprisingly, they nearly filled each other's needs in a deal that never came to fruition. According to ESPN's Dave McMenamin, the Lakers considered acquiring Knicks center Jericho Sims before New York ultimately traded him to Milwaukee. With Mitchell Robinson sidelined, the Knicks were actively shopping Sims, leaving many to wonder what LA would have sent back in return. For the Lakers, this trade made perfect sense. Their center rotation has been a glaring weakness, with Jackson Hayes and Alex Len failing to impress. Sims, though not a game-changer, at least would have provided athleticism and rim protection. However, since joining Milwaukee, Sims has yet to make an impact, logging 0 minutes under Doc Rivers. Meanwhile, the Knicks await Robinson's return, expected March 1st, as the Lakers are left relying on Len. Will this missed opportunity come back to haunt LA? Only time will tell. Kings signed former number 1 pick Markelle Fultz. The Sacramento Kings made a low-risk, high-upside move this week, signing former number 1 overall pick Markelle Fultz, per Shams Charania. Fultz, 26, remained a free agent all season due to injury concerns, last playing for the Orlando Magic, where he averaged 7.8 points, 2.8 assists, and 1.0 steals in 21.2 minutes. For Sacramento, this signing makes sense. After trading De'Aaron Fox, they've relied on Malik Monk as their primary ball handler, a role he's not accustomed to. While the team is thriving with a 3-game win streak, Fultz provides depth and size as they gear up for a playoff push. Though his injury history is a red flag, if Fultz can stay healthy, he could be a valuable addition to a Kings squad looking to solidify their postseason spot. Paul George's excuse for struggles isn't convincing. The Philadelphia 76ers season has gone off the rails. With Tyrese Maxey, Paul George, and Joel Embiid all dealing with injuries, the Sixers find themselves 11th in the East, a stunning fall for a team with title aspirations. Maxey has been electric when healthy, but Embiid's frustrating injury saga and George's poor play have left Philly fans in disbelief. George hit a new low in the Sixers' loss to the Brooklyn Nets, scoring just 2 points on 1 of 7 shooting in 37 minutes. When asked about playing without Embiid, his response wasn't exactly reassuring. It's still a work in progress. Still learning, figuring out spacing. I'm optimistic we'll get it. The numbers tell a different story. In his last 5 games, George is averaging just 10.2 points on 39.6% field goal shooting, unacceptable for a player on a 4-year, $212 million contract. To make matters worse, George is now blaming an extensor tendon injury in his left pinky finger for his struggles, claiming it's affecting his shooting and ball handling. If that's truly the case, the Sixers might be better off shutting both George and Embiid down, because right now, this process looks more broken than ever. And are you a fan? What do you think of Jericho Sims's situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.